Greetings to all my 10th grade children. Today I am here to give you some tips and some ideas in the grammar, okay, how to write your basic sentences. Yes, let's see. Uh, I hope many of you find it difficult to write your essay part, paragraph. When it's an what to say is general essay, you find it difficult to write certain sentences also. You make errors, yes, grammatical mistakes. You can see a kind of a tabular column here. Yes, yes. It's about first person, second person, third person. First, I'll introduce the first person, second person, third person pronouns. How we are going to use it and how we are going to put it in a sentence. Yes, let's see. The first one is first person. First person always you will get singular as I. Okay, I. The plural is we. Okay, plural is we. I, we. Second person, it's you, and plural again the same you. So first person, if I say you, you get up. I'm pointing out one single boy and I'm saying you get up. It is again you. I'm asking the whole class to get up and to go to the lab. So you all please get up. So when I addressing a crowd also again I'm saying you. Okay. So for the singular and the plural it's going to be you. The third person is singular is he, she, it. The plural is they. Yes, it's clear for you. We saw what are the first person, second person and the pronouns. Yes. Now, using the same pronouns in the same order, we are going to frame certain sentences. The key verb is, what I am going to give is write. Okay. The verb we are going to use is write. Using this write, I am going to apply it according to the persons. So, first person, I, singular. Okay. First person singular is I. I write a letter. Okay. I write a letter. I write a letter. Okay. Now the second one is first person plural we are going to write and it's I, we. So first person singular I, first person plural is we. We write a letter. We write a letter. Okay. Now come to the second person. Now we are going to apply separately singular and plural. Okay. Even though it's the same, you should practice. When you do a practice, you have to go step by step. Afterwards, according to your context or according to your place, situation, you can apply it for your usage. Now you, singular, I'm writing write a letter. And for the plural, nothing more change. It's the same. You write a letter. Now, third person. Singular is he. Now, when it comes for the third person, he writes a letter. Then she writes a letter. It writes a letter. And the last one, plural, they write a letter. You have to be very careful because when you do it in the same flow, you should not write they writes a letter. You should not make such a mistake. So, I write a letter, we write a letter, you write, he writes, she writes, it writes, they write. Okay, hope you understand this one. One more thing, we'll do it. Yes, for the verb. Next verb is run. For the verb run, we are going to do it. I run, we run, you run, again it's you run, then he runs, she runs, it runs, they run. Yes, hope you understood how to apply according to the first person, second person and third person. Should be careful that third person is always, it takes a different turn. Okay, others all same. You can see the difference. Writes writes, writes, runs, runs, runs. Only this place alone you are going to change it. And you should see which is the tense. The tense is simple present. Okay, it's simple present. When you use in the present tense, simple present tense, you are using in this manner. Okay, but when it is simple past, what would it be? Wrote. Yes, in simple past. So I wrote a letter, we wrote a letter, you wrote a letter, you wrote a letter, he wrote a letter, she wrote a letter, it wrote a letter, they wrote a letter. Yes, here no much changes, only for the simple present alone it comes like that. Okay, so and you should remember that right past tense is wrote. Okay, right past tense is wrote. I wrote a letter. Now with the same write, okay, write, the verb write, I'm going to use it for some, that is present continuous tense. Okay, for present continuous, how it will come? Present continuous, how it will be? Yes, so how it be? This main verb will be changing is writing. Okay, writing, and writing will be changing according to the writing will be the same. Writing will be the same, but its auxiliary verb will be changing. Let's see what are they. I, for I, what is the helping verb or the auxiliary verb is? I am writing. Okay, remaining part, a letter. I am writing a letter. Okay, next one, second, that is plural is, we are writing a letter. So you can see singular gets am and plural gets are. Yes, to indicate that it's plural, and we know it's plural. When it's plural, the helping verb should be in plural form. Then you, even though it's singular or plural, you are writing a letter. You are writing a letter. So what it is? Both singular and plural. Okay, both singular and plural, you are applying, you are writing a letter. The next one is he is writing a letter. Okay, she is writing a letter. It is writing a letter. They, it's plural, so they are writing a letter. Yes, hope it's very useful for you. And how to frame a sentence, basically how to frame a sentence will be more helpful for you. Okay, so basically write, I gave you how it's changing in the third person singular. Okay, again it's there in the same way. There is a small change. Is coming all over. Can you see is coming? And here alone am. For I, it always take am in the present tense. Okay, I am. Okay, so in the same way, can we just see past continuous? Now let's see for the past continuous. Yes, past continuous, the same verb is writing. So I was. Okay, I was writing a letter. I was writing a letter. We were writing a letter. We were writing a letter. You were writing a letter. Again the same, okay, for the singular and the plural. Here also again for singular and plural it's the same. You were writing a letter, then he is changes into was. Is in the present tense, was in the past tense. He was writing a letter. Then she was writing a letter. Then it was writing a letter. And they were writing a letter. Yes, hope you understood this. So I was, we were, you were, he was, she was, it was, they were. Now can we see for the perfect? That is present perfect. Present perfect you all know. There is a formula as subject plus has or have plus verb. Okay. Then what are the remaining object or whatever it is. According to this you are going to write. So what you are going to use it? We are going to use, instead of verb here, we are going to use a V3. Okay. V3 ones are just introduced. V1, V1, V2, V3 and ing form. Okay. So what is V1 is according to us is write. And that V2 is past tense. Okay. Here present, past. So in the past is what is? It is wrote, write, wrote, and the V3 is written, written. Okay. So the last form is ing form. So you'll be writing, writing. Okay. Ing form is writing. Okay. So one more I'll teach you. V1 is eat. Sorry, ate, eat, ate, eaten, eating. Okay, these are the V1, V2, V3, and today we are going to use this V3 here in this present perfect sentences. Let's see what are the, how to apply them in the sentences. So the first one is I have written. I have written a letter. Okay. So next one is plural. We have written a letter. Next one. It will be the same. Okay. You, singular and plural. You have written a letter. The next one is he has. Okay, so here have changes into has. Has. He has written a letter. The next one is she has written a letter. The next one, it has written a letter. They have written a letter. Yes? Can you see the changes? Have written, has written for the singular form of the third person, and for the have written is for the remaining thing. Past perfect. How to write for the past perfect? And the main verb is write. And the V3 here, we will be using V3 because the formula is subject plus verb plus, subject plus had plus V3. Okay, so this is the formula, and V3 is written. So I had written a letter. We had written a letter. You had written a letter. He had written a letter. She had written a letter. It had written a letter. They had written a letter. Okay, so can you see it's the same for everything? Again, like the same simple past, it's the same for all the sentences. Yes, had written, had written. Clear? Now for the present perfect continuous, it is this formula is subject plus has or have plus been plus V1 plus ing. Yes, this is a formula. And what is it? I have been writing a letter. I have been writing a letter. Then, we have been writing a letter. Yes, you have been writing a letter. He has been writing a letter. Then she has been writing a letter. It has been writing a letter. And they have been writing a letter. Yes, hope you understood this one. Everything have been here, but here it's again changing, has been and then have been. Yes, have been writing a letter. The last one is past perfect continuous, and how you're going to write it. It's the same for everything. Had been writing a letter. Okay, it goes with everything. How means I, we, you, he, she, it and they. Okay, it all goes the same. We, you, he, she, it and they. I had been writing a letter, we had been writing a letter, you had been writing a letter, he had been writing a letter, she had been writing a letter, it had been writing a letter, they had been writing a letter. So it's very simple. Hope you all understood how to frame sentences basically and how to avoid errors while writing a sentences or when you frame a sentence when you're writing, okay, in your for your general essay or whatever it is. Okay, basically when you understand this one, you can easily avoid errors consciously. Okay, thank you, have a nice day.